I've added a mod. Okay. It's linked in the description so you can see what it is. It is a mod that is going to fix this problem, hopefully. Apparently, the prisoners trying to pass the 3 strikes program, we've already talked about this in the previous video, but their progress is not saving. As soon as they exit the course, as soon as they exit the classroom, their progress, their chance to pass the program, it goes back to 0. And so you have to be really lucky with RNG. They have to basically get into the classroom and complete the course, and in the very little bit of time they have in that one single final session, their chance of success will go up that little bit, and it has to trigger the your chance to succeed has to trigger RNG on that little chance. And so far, I haven't been able to do it. So I've added this mod that will fix that. Supposedly, I don't know if it will work. I guess we'll find out if it passes. Apparently, though, this problem exists also with flower therapy. And I didn't even know it because I'm not doing flower therapy. So, like when we start to do flower therapy, I wouldn't have been able to find that out too. So, in other words, there's a mod. Just wanted to let you know. Welcome back to Prison Architect. Hope you're having a good day. $41,000 in the account, and I would like to get going on expanding. Right, this little building here, I'm picking up pretty much right where we left off. This little segment of the building here is going to get built today. It's going to take me a few calendar days to record this episode because Hollywood Animal is out, or is coming out pretty soon. I just got access to it. I'm recording it. But also, just in general, I need to wait for things to build, and things are starting to slow down a little bit. Seems to happen in a lot of games we play. Big creative games where you have to build this grand thing over many, many hours. You know, in the beginning, it's action all the time. You're starting off, everything's fresh. There's so much to do. And when you get this size... well, I mean, unless you're borrowing a whole lot of money, then sure. And I've toyed around with the idea of borrowing a lot of money. I've just thought about, like, maybe we just hit this button here, and I should probably do that too, right? Maybe we just hit this button here and we get like 250 grand and we just complete that side of the prison, But I like part of me actually likes the slow progression of it because I get to find problems while they're still small and fix them before I grow and before the problems grow with the prison, right? So like if there's a violence issue here and the guards are lacking, I can add them before I add more prisoners into that area. And that has so far led to us having very little deaths, very few deaths in the prison. Only 4 staff have died on duty. In general, it's led to some pretty nice things so far. I don't really need any more of this, although getting legal prep later might be a good thing. I could, maybe start it and pause it or whatever, but I don't think I'll need it. I think I'll be all right. I don't think we've needed legal, like I've done 7, 8 playlists that are building prisons, that not counting gang war. And I don't think I've ever needed the lawyers. Okay, there was that one time where I forget what season it was. I think it was 7 or 8, where we did it live. There's a playlist on this. I'll link that in the description too if you want to see it. We did a playlist where we did it live. It was a live streamed thing, and we had commands in chat that the community, as who's watching it live, could influence and manipulate the game while I was building the prison. And you guys, did a whole bunch of surprise stuff. We had different things like, requiring me to drink the rest of my water, and then I had to run upstairs and fill my water and come back down, but I wasn't allowed to pause. There was no pause in the game. So we'd have like a fire breakout and a riot next to it, and then all of a sudden they'd make me leave, take my hands off the keyboard and mouse, and I can't do anything while chaos just ensues. Stuff like that. And I think we ended up, I don't want to spoil it necessarily, but I think you can see where it's going. We ended up losing that prison, having a loss in that prison. I believe that was the only time where I actually needed the lawyer. Anyway, that's my story to start things off today. Violence has picked up. No doubt about it. Gang activity is higher, and that is leading to some considerations here. I am kind of just like going a little bit slower with it here because I want to see. All right, come on now, get this guy. There you go. I want to see if I can fix it before things get out of hand. And there is, of course, evictions that need to happen here as well. We're going to try to evict these guys. And I need to get, I think pretty much at all times, I need more guards in this room to counteract that. So you just need guards in the room. I have 5 guards in the kitchen at all times now. I still have a Polaroid in here. Sweet. 5 guards in here the whole time. Hopefully that means that nobody's going to be able to claim that anymore, is what I'm hoping for. They can still claim their tables. And now I'm actually okay with that. They can have a table, but I don't want them claiming entire rooms. That part I'm not okay with. So if you're going to claim something, do it with the tables is fine. Do they have anything else? Do they own anything else? Yes, they actually own this this room here. So I need to evict them out of that room too. And that just requires, again, more guards in here. I think I'll put 3 in here just to protect that. And I'm probably going to have to do the same thing to this side once we start getting more people in there using that room, which is very soon, I think. We're going to have medium security use one of them, maximum security use the other, that kind of thing, to really keep them separated in that way. And then this will be a maximum security only fight ring as well. I may end up doing 2 maximum security fight rings because I think those guys are a bit more violent and stuff. They're going to need more programs. They're less likely to do the educational programs and stuff. Although I would argue that they are the ones that need it the most. And that they likely won't be doing it anyway. Okay, I need to let it run them for a while so they can build this. My workmen, it takes them a while to get to this because they have to go all the way around the building. Once this is done, I would really like to get... I've tried to find a place. Maybe it's this hallway here. I'll make this staff only and then just have this be a door where they can access this straight on. Because right now they kind of have to, go around the building, and I don't like that. I am putting a door in, but it's not going to help them. So I need to get this blocked off. Maybe I'll do it like this. Let's just try like this. Empty room. We'll go like this. And we're going to make this little empty room here. There we go. Make that staff only so nobody crosses that line. And then we'll get a staff door here. And if we can get that done soon, then that will let the workers are not going to have to go all the way around. Now they can come through, and I think, just be a little bit faster for them to build these things. Especially since we're going to be doing a lot of work in here pretty soon too. And I think it is winter right now, so it's probably not the best time to do all these types of things. But I would like to start getting the plumbing done for this area too. Figure out where the toilets and showers and stuff is going to be, and then run all the plumbing. Start working on that in this area. Even though there's no foundation, you can do the plumbing before the foundation. And then over here on this side, I want to start getting this done too. And I think I might do this first, just because I really want to get this area sorted. There's so much stuff in here waiting to be done, and I want to make sure that we're taking care of everybody adequately on this side too. That camera needs to be watched. That one's 8 already. This one is 8. This one is 7. Hello. I knew it was one of them. I wanted to find which one was watching it before is what I was looking for. And then I lock position here. All right, so now we can always see inside these cells. And right now their biggest need is hydration and food. Hydration, they should have that though. These sinks and stuff should be able to do that. And then the flooring and stuff has to be redone in here too, but I don't think I really need to worry about that too much. I guess I'll put it in there, but it's not really all that important. He's got a weapon. Took him actually a very long time for us to get this guy. The psychiatrist is just, he got lucky, but like basically everything in the office was destroyed. Okay, we're up to 70. I was going to say 72, but looks like just over 71 grand now. And this little area here is finishing as I speak. There it is. It's done. Okay, so this is, we're gonna turn this really quick into like a whole bunch of the solitary cells. So this goes out. We just make all these walls come out through here. Actually, this wall will get destroyed. So what I need to do now actually is remove be from here up to here is what I need to do. Remove that and replace it with concrete wall here, like this, okay. And then what we need to do is, of course, make sure that nobody's getting in here unless there's staff at the moment. So all of this is going to be a room that starts off anyway as a staff-only area. And we'll just make sure that nobody's lingering over here as we go. Oh, no. Who died? The psychologist? That's got to count as an incident. It definitely counts as staff on duty. Staff dying. Wow. Got killed with a fountain pen. Guess he said the wrong thing. You, Felix, are going to be automatically upgraded anyway, but I am going to actually go one step further with you, and as soon as you are processed, which we are going to, it's going to happen any second now. I'm sure one of these guards will totally get you any minute now. For real? Nobody's going to... Okay, he goes permanent lockdown. Goodbye. Guys, I'm thinking this is probably a lost cause. I'm thinking getting this down below 10% is not going to happen. We might be lucky if we can get it down to 20%. I don't think 10% is going to happen. I would like to find a place also to get a flower garden so I can do that flower therapy thing. It may calm them down. Who knows? Probably not, but it may. This is all like mud and stuff. I was thinking about maybe taking it and these are currently solitary cells. I've moved it. It's not a cage anymore. These are going to be solitary cells instead. They're not currently, but they're going to be now. Because I just couldn't I couldn't have them be cages. It just wasn't working. Like we weren't using the cage. So make it something that they're going to use is essentially where I'm at here. And we're going to make sure that this is used by you guys. Okay, good. Just making sure it's not like a situation where a minimum security is going to be dragged over there. I don't want that. We got another rat problem, and it's the same thing. They're getting stuck underneath the pavilion again. They're all kind of bunched up in here. Very weird. So I think I'm going to get rid of this thing. I like it, but it just keeps trapping the rats, and I don't like that part. So we're going to dismantle this guard pavilion. And then, of course, all the rats will show up again. I think maybe... Actually, you know what? Maybe we'll cancel that real quick. Let's cancel that task really quick. And let's set up all of our traps again. Although we do have people on the premises that'll just neutralize them. Like, they're already there. So, yeah, I don't know if I really want to set up the rat traps again. But we'll do it anyway. We'll just set it up. So we'll have a couple of rat traps right there. And then like we'll have another couple, I don't know, like just sitting around in this area. And they'll probably get caught by them. I don't know if they will, but they'll probably get caught by them. Let's just get rid of this guard pavilion because it's always a problem, just constantly. And then we have all of this stuff getting set up right now. The piping and the toilets and stuff for all the solitary cells are getting set up here over in this area. I'd like to get some lights over in this area too, probably. So just maybe like a couple here. Actually, I think I have wall lights. Yeah, there's some wall lights being set up here. I don't know if that's going to properly light the area, though. So maybe this is going to be a wall as well for all these cells. So perhaps we'll put the... excuse me, I'm having a voice problem, man. I talk a lot. Just the way the job is, man. That's the job. Talk all the time. And we'll put some wall lights over on the sides like this, just to kind of maybe give a little extra light there. Without the need for additional electrical lines right now. All three gang leaders are in here, and this one just got in there. He's got some extra needs. He's not satisfying them, though. I'm going to assume it's because he doesn't actually have a pipe for his toilet. Yes, he doesn't have a pipe for his toilet. We're working on it. Guy's coming over here any second now. He'll be here. He's on his way. The rest of these guys just need hydration, and looks like this one wants alcohol. This one wants luxuries. They'll get neither. That'll just kind of be the thing. I can't give them any alcohol, of course, and I'm not going to give them any luxuries. So it is what it is. We got a whole bunch of cameras set up over here, and I also need to redo my security room. So I've moved some things. I moved this phone tap, and I don't remember which phones you're listening to. I think it's all of these. Yeah, these are not being listened to by anything right now. So I guess we'll have you listen to all of those phones. And then I think I want another one. because we're going to have to listen to some even more phones here. So why don't we get another phone tap right there with another chair here. Kind of I'm redoing how things were, so like moving some things around. And let's put the CCTV monitor we bought over here like that. And then we'll have the chair go like this, like that. That's probably fine. And then all of these new cameras, we actually have 9 new cameras over here, so I will need even more monitoring. But 9 new cameras to cover that extra wing over there. So let's get some additional CCTV monitors. We'll put this right. I guess it has to be here. I was thinking about putting it here and then putting another one back to back with it in this little area. But I feel like it's really crowded with the chairs and stuff, and I don't know if it'll let me fit them in there like that. So we'll take a look at it and see, but I don't think so. Although it does allow this. They can move through here just fine. It's pretty crowded, but they can do it. So maybe it'll be all right. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I think I also want to have some more workmen. I'm going to hire some more staff here. I got 70 workmen right now, and I think I'm going to hire just some temporary workers just to help speed up construction projects. So we'll get 15 additional workmen. And then what I'm going to do is go into the programs for staff, and I'm just going to take away the electrician training stuff, the fire safety stuff, first aid stuff. Like, I don't want to pay for additional training for these things right now. So disarming, yes. Guard taser, yes. But all the rest of these things, I'm going to turn them off because these new workmen are temporary. I'm not going to keep them around. You know, you hire temp workers, right? Maybe you bring in a third-party contractor, that kind of thing. That's kind of what these guys are. They're just here to help me move this project along faster if I can. And I'm trying to figure out why they can't reach this stuff. Why can't you reach this? This is a staff door, by the way. So you should be able to reach this without a problem. I mean, after all, you did build these. Well, there's a door here, but I mean, hang on. Maybe we'll lock this door open, and then this room again. So let's put this room in here again. I think I deleted it. Put this. Actually, I think they can't cross this boundary, right? Yeah. So these guys can't cross into here. This is a no-go zone for everybody, and then they can't cross this one either, and then they can get into this whole thing. So the staff should be able to access all of this. And then if I wanted to, I guess I could also tear out this. It's going to eventually be torn out anyway, I think. So we'll put a little zone here as well. And we'll say that this is demolished. And then this zone here will also be for staff only. Which I think I'll need to do. I might need to redo it after this gets opened up. Maybe not. Yeah. Because the empty room will supersede the gap. So this gap will open up, but it's still staff only in here. So we should be able to see everybody access this area now. We got toilets getting put in here first, and then the doors. I think I'm not going to bother with showers in there. I think they got enough showers. I mean, it's in there, all their cells and stuff too. So I'm not going to bother with showers over there. Then my visitation room is done. Whoops, hang on. We got a whole bunch of stuff happening over here. Come on, settle down. Please settle down. Got an extremely deadly ex-gang member in binds. In his, what do they call that? I know they call it shackles and handcuffs. I get that, but there's a slang name for those. I thought it was like, I don't know, connected bracelets or something like that. It's something more creative than that, but I just don't remember what it is. Ex-law enforcement, we're going to get you into protective as well. And my protective custody area is now 35 strong. It's a lot. I think maybe, just maybe, I should look into that expansion I was looking at earlier. Probably. We're also expanding. I don't know if I told you guys this. I don't share every single detail of what's going on in the prison because there's a lot going on. But I'm always looking to expand my perimeter fence. So the perimeter wall is getting expanded down here now, and it's not quite all the way around here yet. So there's still a little bit left in this side, but I'm trying to leave some money available so that I can continue to expand and get my maximum security cells going on here. But I'm actually I'm actually thinking we're doing this part instead. All right, so for this area, what I'm going to do is I've got all the cells and stuff where I think the cells are going to be anyway, kind of laid out. And I want to get, you know, this is the extra area for the new minimum security wing, right? So we're going to go over here and we're going to start by, I think, getting... So this was going to be an interior fence, and I may decide to do something a little different with that. I think this is going to be a building instead, and then we'll have this fence maybe continue on and go just on the outside of that, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Let's start with this wall. Kind of want to make it like there's a little room here, maybe like a cleaning cupboard sort of thing. So maybe we'll do something like this instead. Got to be this far out. So width 5 to start, and we'll go all the way down to, let's start here, and then we'll bring you all the way up to this point like that, and that's 31k already. Yikes. Okay, so let's keep going. Why not? We'll come all the way up there. This is going to get turned. I think we'll probably have this be indoors, so we'll make this a room 2 like that, and then all of this is going to be taken out anyway because it's going to get turned indoors. So like this fence will go away too. So this will be what we have as a new wing that's expanding out on this side for now. And I think since it's going to need a door to complete, we'll put a staff door here. Okay, so we'll let all the workmen get on with that. It's a big project over there. It's a lot of money being spent over there. Down to just $17,000 now in our account. But we have this whole wing, I think, getting work done, right? Well, it's still not done yet with the toilets. Still have to bring the toilets over here still. So I need to let it run for a little while longer and kind of let things develop. But so far, things are not as smooth as they used to be, right? Because we have more dangerous inmates. So that's always going to happen. We have 81 maximum security inmates now. It says we only have a maximum capacity of 76, so that's interesting. I may need to move some things. You may need to move another door. Move this door over here. Maybe have that door be here instead, just to give these extra cells. I think that's probably gonna have to happen because this little extra wing here, I have capacity there. Yeah, I have a lot of spare room for medium, so I think I need to move this. We'll put it right here. I think this door. So move the door there, and then this can be moved to here. I mean, it's not going to look good. Like the door is going to open up into the cell and everything, but it'll be fine for now because these doors are all temporary anyway. So we'll get that all moved over, and that should give us enough cells for these maximum security inmates that are apparently not assigned to a proper cell yet. They should go into, whoops. Oh, right. I accidentally did this and I never put it back. Silly me. There. Okay, there's a holding cell there. They should go into this holding cell. If there's any extra inmates, right, they should be going in here. And I think now might be a good time to do our shakedown in the lower security area because I have a feeling they're digging tunnels there. I have been searching the toilets in this area, but I also suspect these guys are digging again too. So I want to look at that and see if they're digging as well. So why don't we start by doing a shakedown for medium sec since they started sleeping first. I think maximum is going to wake up at the same time as they do too. So I probably should do the shakedown for maximum as well at the same time. So why don't we can hit both of those things, I think, at the same time. It's fine. So let's go ahead and do that. See if we can find any tunnels tonight. And then I want to also add protective custody to that too, because I suspect they are doing some stuff in there as well, and I want to investigate that. So lots and lots of guards. I think maybe even it's about time to hire some more. I got to be careful on that, but I think I'm making enough money to where I can afford it. So I'm going to grab... Let's go up to 180. I might regret that because it's a lot of money, but let's go up to 180 guards. And I'm doing that right before we sell power, so it's not like we're going into the next day with 10 grand or anything. We're about to sell 4,200 units of power, so we have a little capacity to go here. 37, we have more capacity there, and 4,000. So we can add additional power on these areas too. We can do this as well. We have one of these spare. We don't have to buy it. So let's pop that there, and then I can pop another one in. Yeah, right over. Let's say like this. Is that where it's supposed to be? It looks about right. Yeah. So we'll buy an extra one there too, and then of course we want to connect them up so they're all connected like that. And then we'll maybe bring a cable up from that side too, just to put a little redundancy into it. In case of rats, speaking of rats, we don't have any rats anymore. We actually get rid of that trap. We don't need the traps anymore, honestly. But the pavilions, they just, for whatever reason, they attract rats, and they all just hunker down and get underneath it. It's just kind of coded into the game, maybe. I only see 3 tables with graffiti. I don't see any rooms with graffiti. Even the Fight Club rooms are unowned right now, so that's nice. These guys had a whole bunch of deadly weapons, so that's no good. In protective custody, I mean, come on. You guys are supposed to be... I mean, I guess maybe not. Right? Like, just because you are an ex-gang member doesn't mean that you don't want to kill a snitch. Right? Like, it's one of those things. Like, I can't just separate them entirely. I think if I was going to do anything different about this prison's design, I would separate the gangs. I would try to separate them so that they are in completely different cells. And I mean, I could do that via blocks right here. Like I could redraw where these cells are going to be and just make them... I mean, I can't make them smaller, otherwise I won't get my my limit that I want for my goal. But I honestly don't think we're going to get that goal anyway. 21% reoffending rate. Getting down to 10% is just... that's insanely hard at this point, especially with us bringing in a lot of, you know, really dangerous people. These cells here get 20 grand now. These cells, we can go ahead and clone this one and put it there, there, and there. So that'll, of course, spend a bunch of money. But now we'll have extra capacity for some more dangerous people if needed. And then on our intake, I've set death row to have intake open. I've tried to get that, but they're still saying unavailable. So you know, they're not always available, but I'm trying to do that. So if I go, you know, number per day and I say 2, but everything here is closed, then maybe it will become available later. I don't know. Maybe. I have 92 on the criminally insane as well. Could bring in some more there. I think medium security is where I want to bring in more though. Medium is gonna get me paid, I think. So why don't we? Yeah, 44. That's a lot. I mean, it's not too much, or it's not too much, right? It says we have 59. Oh, okay, hang on. This must have happened. Hang on. Yeah. Okay, because I moved the door, right? So this is medium. This is maximum. Okay, figured it out. Because it said I had way more capacity than I should. So I was like, that looked a little odd. So stop, pause. So my intake should be at 2 o'clock. So give me a second. Intake 2 o'clock. So we want to bring in, let's say, we'll bring in 25. Let's go to 400. So we'll bring in 30 people. It looks like it's going to make me wait 24 hours. But let me, if I just bump this up to 3. Oh, you are. Interesting. So there's a minimum amount of time that I have to wait. Okay, fine. 2 o'clock is the time I usually want them to come in, but I'll do it at midnight instead. So we're going to bring in some more people at midnight. And that will fill these cells a little bit more, which again gives us more people to work in the workshops and more people to take programs and things like that, making the programs a bit more efficient because of the number of people that can take them at once. But it does make the facilities more dangerous, makes everything more dangerous. It's no good. I don't know why that's not installed yet either. This is taking forever. Let's go ahead and connect this to these cameras up here. So we'll go 1. Nope. Come on now. Must have missed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it'll be 6, 7 once these are done, and then 8 on that one. And then 9 is here, but I can't connect that one, you know, on the same thing. So kind of just going to connect the first 8 that show up there. And then the extra will be this monitor here. And then we're going to need cameras in here too. So we'll need even more monitors. We'll need even more security. But I can always use like a different security office as well for these. Like I can have another monitor in here. I've got room. I'm just trying to make the most of the space I've already done. But I'll pop another one in here and get ready for that too. Let's get another chair for them to sit in so they're comfortable at least while they're in there. And then they can always monitor the cameras a little bit. Yeah, so I've got another problem here, and that's that I have a need for more capacity in protective custody. I've got a few prisoners here that I want to protect, and I just have no room for them. So there's another way to cheat this, kind of, right? Instead of a holding cell here, I'm adding more beds, okay? That's the next thing I'm doing. But instead of a holding cell here, what we can do is make this a dormitory, which will actually add literal capacity to this. Instead of it saying, you know, 36 out of 29, we can have 36 prisoners, and then it will add 2 capacity for every bed that I have in this room. So if I take this room now and I take it and make it a dormitory instead of a holding cell, then we will now have higher capacity, 39. And it'll actually be 41 right now after that. And because this is a dormitory, we don't need this. I don't think we need this bench anymore. Let's try to dismantle the bench. If I can get one of my people to do that. Yeah, this is still a valid room. And so I could now go in if I want to and make additional beds here as well. So maybe I'll do this and then we'll move that wall light to be here just so it's not behind the bed. Okay, cool. So that gives me extra capacity. My informant should be in there right now. Yep, good. Okay, so I can see that we've got a snitch down here, a snitch right there, and now we have 100% coverage too, so we'll be able to see everything. There was a lot of question marks with that latest intake. We're now up to 100 medium security prisoners. And so first thing I will do is dismiss my dude in there so he doesn't get suspicious. And then this snitch needs to go in protective. And this snitch here needs to go in protective. Yes. Okay, and now I actually have to click in here because there's no path for them to walk here themselves because everything is kind of blocked off to them. And the guards, for whatever reason, just are not doing this. So I have to basically click them, then right-click into the holding cell or the dormitory now. And then that will add the guard task to their sheet or whatever. So I have informant. I guess I could get additional informants perhaps even too. Hello, Paul Ellison. You're not graded very well. You might be getting out of the gang soon, though. I'll recruit you. It's no big deal to have more informants, right? And then now we have all of these are being designated to solitary cells as well. Very close to having all these done. We have some... As soon as the doors are basically installed, that's when it'll be. And this is a shared area. Guards will bring them in here as they do. Okay, anything else I need to worry about as far as bringing in protective people or people that I need to protect? There's so many statuses around here. You there. What are you doing here? Faith program, battle tendencies. Yeah, may not last long. You're not going to be in here very long either, so I'm not going to bother recruiting you. I like the people who are in here a long time. Oh, speaking of which, there is a dude in maximum security. I'm not sure which one he was. I put him in permanent lockdown. So, but there's a guy in here that has a 400-year sentence because of all the violence he's done over and over again. And I have forgotten what his name is, but he's over here somewhere. And if I find him, I might put him in Supermax just because his sentence is ridiculous at this point. But I don't remember which one he is. So I guess the next time he kicks off, you know, honestly, he might be in solitary at the moment. He might be over here. If I see his name, I might recognize him and then be like, yeah, that's that guy. But I don't currently recognize him right now. In any case, there's a dude in here with like a 400-plus-year-old sentence, or 400-year sentence, and he's never leaving. So whatever I got to do, I'll probably move him over too.